Hey guys, welcome in to another live here on Yoders Talk podcast. We're excited to get it kicked off today. I hear myself in the background somewhere.
Sorry, it was me.
Okay, good deal. But welcome in, everybody. We're excited to get this thing kicked off. It's just something that we really thoroughly enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Me and Corey, and we are going to have a good one today. We did a poll. I think over Sean, was it this week's at some point, on what people wanted us to talk about, and I'm going to let Corey kind of explain that, and yeah, let's get this thing underway.
Yeah. So like Clinton said, we did a poll on our we got a community Facebook group. We would love to have you guys jump in that. It's a place that you guys can kind of share your struggles, what you're going through with other leaders, for encouragement. Maybe you can help encourage someone else. So if you're not in that group, we are posting a lot of different stuff like polls, but we did post a poll, had a couple different things in there, and the results were pretty conclusive that we got a lot of burned out leaders in our audience. And so we definitely want to take some time. This is something that me and Clinton have both struggled with in times in our leadership journey. And if you're a leader, you've probably been there more than once.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Burnout is something that is just, it ravages everyone.
Oh, yeah.
But today we want to talk about it from a different lens, and we want to be able to kind of explain what we think are some of the most common causes of burnout in our lives. Maybe that resonates with you guys, and then we want to give you a couple practical ways that you guys can kind of help eliminate burnout in your life. So.
Yep. But hey, before we get started though, make sure that you get in the comment section. You know, hey, whatever you got to say, we're here to chat about. We're going to talk about burnout, but you know, if conversation goes a different route here and there, that's okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Perfectly fine with that.
We just enjoy interacting with y'all. So get in the comment section wherever you're on, whether it be Sean. What are we all on?
YouTube, which is awesome. Kick or Kick streaming. Twitch. Sorry, I thought I was about to say Twitter. Twitch streaming, and then we're on Facebook as well and TikTok.
Yeah. So live everywhere. So wherever you're at, welcome in.
And we can see all y'all's comments. So let us know if you have a comment you want us to dive into a little bit deeper, or you have something totally unrelated. We're kind of
shoot from the hip.
Yeah, we kind of get off on rabbit trails a lot, so that's okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's start out with when I started prepping for this, I oftentimes think of leadership as a pressurized system. And so a lot of times we have to deal with a ton of pressure. You got deadlines, you got team members you're working with, trying to manage, you're trying to run a business, you're trying to run a team, all those things, and that's a lot of pressure. Added on to that pressure, you're also still trying to be a parent, a spouse, a son, a daughter, you know, still trying to maintain relationships with friends. So there's a lot of things that add to the pressure of being a leader, and that oftentimes is what leads to burnout. It's not the pressure, it's the act of not having a way to relieve that pressure.
Yeah, because pressure is part of life.
Yeah,
that's something we gotta. I mean, let's be real. Let's just say it for what it is. Life is an uphill climb every single day. Everything we do, let's say this: anything worth achieving is hard.
Yeah,
and over time that gets exhausting. That gets there's a weight. And I heard this, that you know, burnout is just really just the weight, the overload of stress compounding over and over without any release.
Any release. And
it just builds up. It just pressurizes. He sent a meme to me last night. It was something in regards to what we're talking about, and it showed like a pressure cooker that was just, it started to shake and turn red, about to explode, and I think we've all experienced that. I know I have just recently. Even.
Yeah, it's a
So-
that's a great way to think about what burnout does to us, and is we can't keep that pressure in any longer, and so when burnout happens, what ends up happening is we start having unhealthy releases, and so we have unhealthy habits that start showing up, and unhealthy it's kind of like if you've ever worked around any pressurized system, right? They build into these pressurized systems what they call relief valves, right? And so that's what we want to talk about today. Is I want to help you guys, and Clinton, we want to help you guys find some healthy relief valves to relieve some of that pressure. So, but before we do, let's kind of talk about actually what burnout is. And so, burnout is not just being tired, right? It is it's something deeper than just being tired. Like, we all get tired. That happens. You know, we stay up too late, or we've got a lot of things going. But it's deeper than just being tired. So it's emotional exhaustion. You end up feeling detached from your relationships, and you have loss of effectiveness. And so those things kind of incorporate what burnout ends up being. And Clinton, I know, you know, like we both said when we started talking about this, we both dealt with burnout in our leadership.
No doubt.
Can you tell me kind of a story or something that kind of how you start picking up on, hey, I'm getting burned out?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can give you a story happened 3 weeks ago. One of the team members came to me, and I'll say it this way because I just came back from last week I was in Colorado at a retreat. Leaders get together, and honestly, it's my cure for burnout. I mean, I just enjoy getting together with other leaders, and pouring into me giving what I can back to them, you know, as far as advice and so forth. But anyway, prior to that, a simple question gets asked to me as a leader. My biggest way of telling that I'm about to snap and about to explode and blow up as a leader is my responses to them small issues, the little issues. Now, we're not talking big things. We're talking we're out of ink.
Yeah.
And my response is, you know, kind of a short, snappy response to little issues. To me, that's my trigger to say, hey, it's time to back up a little bit and breathe. John Deloney talks about it a lot in some of his books he wrote, that a lot of the things that we call, you know, what the world may call being diagnosed with something are just actually triggers. It's the fire alarms to chaos within your life. And if we don't take care of the chaos, we don't take care of the stress, we can continue to pour water onto water onto a fire that doesn't go out, and eventually you don't have enough water to put it out anymore.
Yeah.
And it will burn you down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it's at for me. Is them are my fire alarms. Them are my things saying, hey, it's time to do something different, because you're going to hurt somebody that you didn't mean to hurt. And I'll say this, that when this again 3 weeks ago, this person came to me, and it was over a refund to a customer. It's something that happens at times, right? And I just responded in an extremely rude way, and I had to go back and apologize.
Yeah.
Because there was no reason for it. It was a simple answer, but that weight caused me to respond in that way. So, and the thing is too, I'll say this, I would love to hear from y'all in the comment section on y'all's triggers, what y'all see, what y'all sense when you feel like you're about to explode as a leader, when it's just too much. Because I want to also say this, that if you say that you don't ever reach burnout, I have to just be honest with you. I disagree with you. You may react to it in a different way than some, but we all have what you call the breaking point when it comes to pressure, and it's just something that we have to deal with as leaders. It's something that we have to understand that's part of leadership. It's part of what we do.
Yeah, and I think some people, I know I lived a good portion of my life where that was so normal that you begin to just say, this is life. That I stay in this cycle of I can't get out of it, so this is the new normal. And there is a better way of leading, and it's not, that sounds like, there are serious situations in the world that are terrible and bad, and I pray for you if you're in a situation like that.
Yes.
But there's light at the end of the tunnel, and so what we want to do is kind of talk to you about some of the causes of burnout real quick, and see if some of these kind of spark something inside of you. See if it kind of, you go, ooh, if you have that feeling in your gut that, hey, I kind of do that, maybe it's worth looking at and examining. But chronic overworking without recovery. So if you have long periods of time where it's just bam, 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 and you never have a day off, you are going down a road towards burnout very, very quick. You have to take some time off. I think of it this way. It's not just a physical day off. It's being completely disconnected from what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so, I'm notorious when I first started working here of, I didn't ever, even when I was off, I would still check in. And still, hey, is everything good? Is there anything y'all need me to do or whatever? And that's not an off day.
That's not an off day. I tell people all the time when they take off, that don't expect me to reach out to you.
Yeah.
If it's so important that you need to be informed of, let me be the one to call you.
Yeah.
It is not your job while you're taking that time away to recalibrate, to decompress, that you check in, because all you're doing is you're living in a state of fear. I can sense it every time somebody calls me from taking them days off that they need. I can tell that they haven't truly let go.
Yeah.
And until you can get to a point where you trust the team back there that if it's something that I need to know, they'll contact me. Outside of that, I am here.
Yeah. Yeah, be present in the moment that you're in.
Breathe. Yes.
That's a big thing that I've had to tell myself is hey, when I'm at work, I'm present at work. When I'm out on a baseball field, I'm present at the baseball field. If I'm at home with my kids and my wife, then I'm present there. But that's a big one. The carrying emotional weight with no outlet, huge deal. We all as leaders are going to take on the burdens of the people that are under us. Through, it was actually yesterday. I came in to a meeting, me and Clinton, and never really said anything about the situation, but I just came out of a meeting, and it was a lot. And so I had a little bit of a burden from an emotional conversation, and without the ability to kind of get that out off of me, I am leading myself down the road towards burnout. So I always need to have something like that. Identity confusion, who I am equals what I do. So a lot of people do that. That is not, your job is not who you are. You have an identity, and that's found through Jesus Christ.
Amen to that.
And what you do is just the thing you get to do to walk out that calling.
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of an identity crisis in our country, and that is in the sense of what we put our identity in. If it's not something bigger than ourselves, which I hope that everybody's identity is found in Christ, because whether you agree with me or not, He is the way, He is the truth, He is the life. So I'll just say it for what it is.
Yeah.
Not being ashamed of it. And if you're not connected to that, and that is not where your identity is found, man, you will come up against. It's just going to happen. There is no doubt about it. It's going to happen. And so many people, actually last week at the retreat that I was at, we actually had this conversation about our identity and what our identity is found in. And most times when we reach burnout, it's because we have shifted our identity to a place that's something self-focused, self-gratifying, and all those things eventually burn out. Let's talking about this podcast. You know, we could say that our identity is that we're the host of Yoders Talk, and that's our identity. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something really quick. This can get exhausting. This can get there's a weight that this carries that most people, some people will understand, but not everybody will. And if our identity is found in this, sitting here speaking to y'all this morning, we're going to eventually reach a point where you probably will see us just vanish off the face of this earth.
Yeah.
We will not continue to do so because it will wear you down to a point that you cannot breathe.
Well, and we talked about that last live when we did a little bit of behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
We actually went through a period after season 2 where we were both burned out doing the podcast, and we had to kind of regroup and look at it and go, well, we need to reframe this stuff where it's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Mm-hmm.
but another, I've got a couple more, and then we're gonna move on to some fun stuff. But lack of healthy boundaries, I'm pretty bad about this one. I don't necessarily have the healthiest boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I get into this mode where I say yes a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I say yes even when I know I'm overextended as it is, and because no feels like failure to me.
Yeah.
And that's devastating.
Yeah, and the thing is,
you
you hear this all the time about that. If you say yes to this, you're saying no to something else, and it's so true, but it's so generic, and it's easy to say that,
mm-hmm.
but where it gets tough is when it's people that you truly care about.
Yeah,
people that you truly love and that you enjoy spending time with and being there for, and so forth. If you ever can, we did a podcast on the power of no.
Yeah.
I think it was kicking off season 4, maybe. I'm not sure. It's
it was
somewhere in there. And we talked about how that there's power in the word no, whether it's in finances and all this, but we talked a lot about time. And I believe that one of the and getting ahead of ourselves just a little bit here, one of the areas that can keep from burnout from burnout happening is learning the balance of yes and no.
Yeah.
Because, we as leaders carry a lot of weight, and we think some people will think that it goes away when 5 o'clock hits, but it doesn't. It continues. Sometimes some of the toughest moments for me as a leader is away from work because I'm thinking of issues that someone's going through, somebody's dealing with, and it's a burden that I carry with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so learning the balance of yes and no, even to the people that you love and the people that you're with every single day, there's power in that. And there's a way to kind of, saying no. I mean, it's true. When you say no, you're saying yes to something else, or vice versa. But there's something about that. I've reached my capacity. I love you, but today is no.
Yeah, and that's very hard to do
Mm-hmm.
in application, but it's so powerful, and it's what's got to be done if you're trying to eliminate burnouts
Mm-hmm.
at times.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing, and then I want to jump into the fun, good stuff, how to make it where burnout is never a thing that lasts for a while in your life. I can't eliminate it entirely. I'm going to be 100% honest. You can apply all this, but you're going to have seasons where you're a little burned out, but hopefully we can give you some tips.
Mm-hmm.
But the last thing is leading outside your gift zone for too long, right? So think about it like
What's
it
your
like
gift
this.
zone?
My gift zone?
Yeah, what's your gift zone?
I love people.
Okay.
I love people, but if you put me like I went through a season and I actually got diagnosed with depression coming out of this season. When 2020 happened and we all got to be isolated, I got sent to work from home.
Yeah.
And I don't do well in those circumstances.
Because people give you
me so
energy.
much energy.
Yeah.
I love being around people. I love seeing. I'm a people watcher.
Mhm.
I don't know if anybody else out there is a people watcher. If you give me a good bench at a mall or something, I love doing this when me and my wife go shopping. Like I like to sit and watch people, and I actually create stories in my head.
So you're the guy that I'm like, what's he looking at?
Oh, 100%. Like I'll watch especially I love seeing old couples.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll watch an old couple and I'll create a conversation of what they're talking about in my head. Might be psychotic, but it's a lot of fun. If you've ever given it a shot, you know what I'm talking about. Old man's like, well, Martha, I don't know why that place didn't have your jeans, or stuff like that. Like little things like that. It's hilarious to do. But but when I'm not around people for a long time, I get burned out. And so I think about it like if somebody was a little bit of an introvert, if you put them in a job or in an area where they're leading, where they have to be, kind of like me, kind of large and yelling and, kind of all the way turned up all the time, they can do it for a little bit, but they're not going to have a long-term success out of that, which is going to lead to them burning out.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's shift gears. We kind of diagnosed what burnout is, kind of some of the common things that burnout it helps burnout happens when these common causes of burnout. So let's real quick. I scanned the chat just a little bit, and I seen just a ton of great comments on there that people were talking about. Hey, I'm dealing. This is how I know I'm burned out and things like that. Like I saw one. I think it was Cypher said, he feels like he's burned out a lot right now because of some of his health issues and stuff like that, which is totally get. That's another huge thing. If you're not physically well, then yeah, you're gonna have burnout show up. I see Amy there, Amy Richards. When my identity is in anything other than Christ, I spiral quickly. Amen to that, sister. That's when I get out of my relationship with Christ, I am a basket case. And so
yes, quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's very very important. Again, it's something that is bigger than ourselves that we have to find our identity.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I love that.
So we're using this analogy of
I'm gonna stop you for a second.
Okay.
Here. So I'll just interacting with people here. It says,
what you got?
It says Googling how to fake your own kidnap convincingly but ethically. So I'm trying to diagnose what that's supposed to mean. Can you help me out? Or is that are they saying that's a way to get out of burnout?
I really hope it's just a random comment. But real quick, because we said we're going to go down some rabbit trails. How would you fake your own kidnapping?
How would I fake my own kidnapping?
ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT. Yeah, I think it'd be a lot harder in today's world.
I think so too.
I don't know if it would be like you're going to have to just completely do away with you got to vanish.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do in today's world.
Yeah.
So the first step is, how do I vanish?
Yeah, yeah.
And if you can overcome that, I think the rest is fairly easy.
Yeah, I think you got to have somebody dialed in with you.
Yeah.
You got to have a little help.
Yeah.
But you can't have too much help because you don't want them going down for it.
That's true.
You got to have just a little help. like some automation setup or something. But honey, if you're watching this, I'm not actually thinking about faking my own kidnapping.
We're not that burned out.
No.
We're not that burned out.
That's a funny comment though. See, this is why I love lives.
That's it.
We got this today. Then we had the old, what was it? One Fido chicken, 50 chicken-sized horses, or one
horse-sized chicken.
Yeah,
That actually did.
or whichever way
Yeah.
it was.
That actually did fairly well, like across all platforms. That video did.
Yeah, was there what was most people's response to that?
Everybody was like, you know, they would fight the 100 or
The 50.
horses, but
Size
they're
chicken.
size chickens.
Yeah.
I still feel that. I mean,
I feel like I would just get winded.
and my
quickly.
shin would just hurt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but that's a big chicken. Anyway, let's dive into so we were talking about this whole idea is your leadership is a pressurized system. So we want to kind of give you a couple ways that you can have healthy pressure relief valves. And so number one, having rest days, right? Having days off, doing retreats. Like Clinton just got back from one. I know it was super impactful for you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just entre leadership. If you want to get into something that can really change your life in a lot of ways, check them out.
Yeah.
So,
having days away that's scheduled, it's planned. It may even look like, hey, listen, one of the things that I'll do every now and then is, hey, I'm going to leave a couple hours early and go do something, so it doesn't affect my family plans. I still am back home at whatever time I'm normally, but just take a little time off, clear the head, go for a drive, stuff like that. But taking a little time to get out of that, protect one day a week for non-productivity, restore your body and mind.
You got to take the Sabbath.
Yeah.
That day there is. I always say that, first I believe it's part of our Christian walk that's important to take that time because Christ rested on the seventh day. And what greater example? I know God never needed a day for burnout because He's God, but He set an example for us that there's a day that needs to be set aside to rest. That's what He says in His Word. He says to rest.
You gotta have some rest.
Gotta have some rest.
Restore your body, restore your mind, get good sleep. If your day of rest is, hey, one of the things I love doing after church is going home and taking a nap.
Oh,
that Sunday afternoon nap is just the best.
Why is that? I was actually having a conversation with somebody the other day about Sunday afternoon naps. Why they are so amazing.
They're awesome.
I have a theory.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I believe it's you're blessed.
Yeah.
When you do it, but my theory is that, especially in leaders, that is one day that I can lay my head down and I know that I'm not going to get a call with an issue. I'm not going to get problems from work interrupting it. And I know that. I know that my team is also resting.
Yeah.
And there's something about that the subconscious side of knowing that you're not going to be bugged.
Yeah.
And it's some of the most peaceful sleep that you can get.
Oh, dude, I try to rope it in because I've got Wiley who is about to turn 3, and so it's his nap time right after church, and so I get to play really good dad too. I'm gonna go put Wiley down for a nap, and me and him both sleep. So
you put yourself down for a nap.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? But the next thing that could be a really good pressure relief valve for you is vulnerable relationships, right? So having people around you that you can absolutely be 100% yourself. You can talk about the things you're struggling with. You can talk about the things that you don't tell anybody else. But you got to be in those relationships, and you got to be 100% okay with telling them everything. That's huge.
Yeah, I want to speak on that just a little bit.
Yeah.
So I actually did a retreat back in January as well. Okay, and in that it was very similar to the one I just came through a week ago. But in that we talked about relationships outside of your normal life's path, you could say, outside of work, outside people that, I mean, they may some tie into your work and family here and there, but not a whole lot. Having people that you can be extremely vulnerable outside of your normal way of life, because what that does is they can give you advice from a different angle.
Yeah.
So let's say, Corey, I call you on the weekend stressed out, and I just need to be vulnerable and open with you. That's great and everything, right? That's, I mean, you would accept that phone call every weekend. I know you would.
Yep.
But the truth is, you're now wearing that same weight of, I may be talking about work. Well, guess what? We work together.
Yeah.
So in a sense, I'm giving you just more weight.
Yeah.
I'm passing the weight from me to you, and now you're carrying it because you also got to worry about it Monday morning when you show up.
Right.
Right. So having people that are outside of that circle to be vulnerable with, you're not shifting the weight to them. You're actually, it's in a sense coming to an end. It's creating a cliff for that weight to fall off of, you could say, because them people are not going to carry that. Then they're going to give you advice, and they're going to give you advice outside of what you probably want to hear. Whereas me and you have a conversation about work over the weekend. Now you're worried. Now you're stressed.
Yeah.
So I think that's healthy balance there. You don't want to push your problems onto other people that makes so that they then go into a spiral.
Yeah.
So make sure you have those relationships. And I worked on that coming out of this retreat in January, of finding a few of those people. And so it's on my calendar. We meet.
Yeah.
And they're outside of my work circle. And it's been such a blessing because not only can they unload, so can I.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's healthy. I think it's very healthy. So finding people outside of just your inner circle to have these, to be vulnerable, these vulnerable relationships, I think is key. So.
Well, and that was kind of the heart behind when we started the Facebook group.
Yes, that's true.
Is we want to create an environment for you guys to find healthy relationships with other leaders.
Yes.
And, I'm not, we've got it set up where it is private. You have to be, approved to be in the group, which is no problem. There's 3 questions you have to answer. You answer them truthfully, and, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yes.
But we want that to be a safe place for you to be able to talk about the things that you're dealing with. And so we want that to be at least the start of you having vulnerable relationships with other people that are outside of your normal day in, day out. So that's a little plug for you guys to join.
I don't know if you're able to or not, but on that community, I don't know if there's a link or something we could put in the chat. Maybe not. If not, that's fine. But I just would love to be able to, for people to be able to join that.
Yeah.
Because it's an amazing thing. So.
Yeah, and it's already kind of, it's really, there's been some really cool conversations that have already started in that group.
Yes.
And
it's not a big group yet, and we're not trying to, the group was never created to get big.
No.
If it does, it does, but it's created, again, like Corey said, to have people that you can, just talk to, and they've experiences that they probably went through the same thing that you're going through right now as well. So,
I'm looking to see if I can share it.
Corey, I think it says Eli Baker. He says, Corey's
Eli.
beard. You know him?
I do.
You
I do. From back in the day when I was a youth pastor.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the kids that's in my youth group. He's killing it.
Really?
I've been seeing it on Facebook. He's getting after it, doing some different stuff.
Love it.
So
it's always good to see.
Yeah, and he's actually in the group. I seen him. He got added last week, I think. So Eli can kind of tell you a little bit about the group and all those things. But the next healthy pressure valve, and this is one of my favorites, is physical activity and movement. Move your body to metabolize your emotional pressure. I do that with golf.
Okay.
So that is one of my pressure relief valves. If you're out on the golf course with me, you wouldn't think so.
No,
But-
well, maybe so though, because you're releasing a lot of pressure.
But I love
That
going.
build up anger comes out.
It really does. But I love playing golf. If I have a really, really crazy week, my wife knows, like, hey, I'm going to go play a round of golf. With either, there's times that I play with some buddies. There's times me and my dad go and play. And then there's other times where it's been such a bad week, I want to go play by myself. And so definitely find you a little hobby, little something you can get out there. I know a lot of people have success with hikes. I don't have success with hikes because I find it pointless just to walk to one place and turn around and walk back. But that's okay. But yeah, golf, get out there, do something. Sean, what do you do for physical activity?
Physical activity.
He's like, what's physical activity?
Hey,
what?
I play a little golf.
In the chat, what do y'all do for physical activity? Something that can clear your mind, that can help lower the pressure of, the pressure of burnout. So in the comments, give us some ideas. Sean, you said golf, but you don't golf much. So what else is there, or do you not?
I skateboard.
You skateboard. I
Yeah.
could see that.
I could see that.
I could absolutely see
Why
that.
do I feel disappointed by that answer?
I've been skateboarding since I was 10, but I recently got back into it after my ACL's gotten fixed. So
Okay.
That sounds like a good
Interesting.
way to get it unfixed.
Interesting.
trying to lose some
The
weight.
chase, does chasing the toddler around count? Absolutely, honey. It sure does. And you do such a great job with that little fast child. Wiley's so fast, dude.
We got.
He is.
I like to walk and pray, hike when I'm in the mountains, and strength training. That's awesome. I agree. We got the gym.
I do like the gym. I don't get in there as much as I used to, but I do like to lift.
So as a friend, I'd like to call you out.
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been?
July 4th of 2024.
So over a year.
Oh yeah. 100%.
As someone that goes to the gym, probably more than that,
yeah.
I would like to inform you that you cannot class yourself as a gym goer.
Look right here. Look right here. 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all something. See that right there? Right there. That's a gym card, right? That is active. So I just told y'all the date of when I'm last been to the gym. I paid for a whole year and I ain't graced the doors for a whole year.
Yeah.
So
For me, I would say the gym is big for me. I'm gonna be very honest. This year's been a little tougher to get there for some reason. Previous years, I mean, 3 days a week was very common. Was average, if not more. But I think that if for me, just the mental thing of going to the gym, not even necessarily always getting in there and just, I'm gonna be a big bodybuilder. None of that. It's something about getting in there, getting on a treadmill at times. I mean, I've recently enjoyed just 30, 45 minutes uphill, sit on the treadmill, just
get some headphones in.
Listen to some good music or some inspirational conversations.
Oh, you're an inspirational guy when you work out.
Well, no, not like go kill it and drag it home. None of that stuff. I mean, it's more like inspirational in the sense of,
I listen to inspirational speeches.
Yeah, that sometimes, but I used to do that when I used to try to bodybuild.
Yeah.
Because I had to have. I mean, I was so weak that I had to have something to motivate me.
had to have something to get after it. Yeah.
So,
but another thing that you can do, journaling, reflection, kind of something that kind of writes out your thoughts. I know a lot of people have had a lot of success out of that. I've done it a little bit. I do find it relieving to kind of get what's inside of here and put it down on paper.
Yeah. Do you ever think you should burn yours after you're done?
Sometimes.
There's days that I'm like, if somebody would read what I just wrote down,
Yeah.
I would
They would check me into the psych ward.
Yes, very quickly.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's what's noodling around in there sometimes, but that's okay. Get it out on paper.
That's right.
And then the last thing, and this may be the most important, is have some spiritual anchoring. Reconnect regularly with your faith and your eternal purpose. That's so huge. Understanding that God's got this all figured out for you.
Mm-hmm.
He's numbered your steps. He's laid out what you're going to do and the opportunities that are ahead of you. And he's going to shut the doors that need to be shut. He's going to open the doors that need to be open for you. And so that, to me, takes a lot of pressure off of me.
Yes, and finding that God-designed purpose for your life. I would honestly say this, that if I would leave one thing with y'all listeners today, and that is, if you cannot at this point identify why you're here on this earth, it's time to start reflecting and get on your knees and ask God to show you. Because you're missing such a valuable part of your life when it comes to not burning out. Because when we are in God's designed purpose for our lives, burnout is a lot less. It doesn't happen near as often. It seems to be, and so that God-given divine purpose, you could say, whatever that is for your life, and sometimes it's the simplest things. Sometimes it's just being, for some people it's being a mother at home. That's a valuable God-given purpose. And purpose change. God directs us in different ways throughout our life. I believe that very much. And if we ever get to a point that we're stuck in, no, this is the only thing for my life ever, be careful, because God may completely change where you're supposed to be headed and what you're supposed to be doing. But I think that finding that there's so much value in eliminating burnout when you are in that purpose, that God divine designed purpose, you could say.
Yeah. And
to me, that's probably the most valuable pressure relief there is, because the pressure's not as high then.
Yeah.
Because I know that I'm being led by the one and only, and I'm doing what he's asked me to do. And so, he's got it. He's going to close that door, open that door when need be, and I'm just going to follow that. I'm just going to follow his will and welcome him to lead me into everything I do. A lot of times we say, I'm gonna take Jesus with me. I want to change that mindset. I want God to lead me through it.
Yeah.
I want God to be in the forefront. I want him to be the one to step through the door first,
100%.
in front of me.
Yeah.
So many times we like to drag him with us from behind, and we're going through the door first. And that's not the way God designed it. We need to understand that when we are in his will for our lives, he is going through that door first. He's in front. I mean, how can the door be shut if you have him behind you? Let him be in front so he can shut that door when it needs to be, that he can open that door when it needs to be. And the value of that is there's nothing more fulfilling and rewarding in life to know that you're in his divine purpose for your life. So
absolutely. I think that's the biggest impact, finding having that relationship with Jesus, following him, and, investing in that. Find you a good church. There's a lot of great churches out there that are life-giving churches, and then a lot of those churches have small groups. Find you a group of people that are going to invest into you and help you through the times of burnout. So the last thing I want to do, this is a little bonus for you. This is something I want you guys to write down. Write it down, and I want you to take some time this week and evaluate this. So there's 3 questions I have for you, and I want you to ask yourself them and kind of see where you're at. What filled my tank this week? So what is something that filled me up, that gave me that energy to keep going, getting through burnout?
Let's talk on that just a sec.
Yeah.
There is something about there's so much truth to the fact that your cup eventually will run dry. Whether you're a pastor, whether you're a teacher, a business leader, a mother, a father, whatever God's role has for your life, there will come a time that if there is not something filling your tank, you will run dry.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen. And there's this theory out there that we are here to serve, and that is so true. That's what God designed us to be here for, is to serve people. But there will come a time when you can no longer serve your team, your family, and the people around you if you are not getting your tank filled somehow, somewhere.
Absolutely.
It will happen, and it does so much. I see so many people, and it's a passion of mine, of where their tank, it completely runs dry, and they don't just burn out, they quit. And there will come a time in your life, if your tank is not being filled, that you will quit, because you were not designed to carry the weight of everybody and no one help carry yours.
Mm-hmm.
You were not designed that way. And it will ruin your life if you do not have something filling your tank as well. So there is so much importance to this exact question. What filled my tank this week? If you can't sit here and say, if your answer is I don't know, man, I pray so much that you find that, because you will reach a point where it's going to be tough to come back from. And I don't want you to quit.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I pray to God you don't quit, because it's easy to in that moment. I've been there. I've been there more than once in my life where I honestly did not care anymore. I didn't care what happened as long as I didn't have to be involved in what has drained me. I didn't care. I didn't care if I lost friendships. I didn't care and if lost family members and things of that nature, because I was so empty. I was so drained. I had nothing more to give. And so find something that is filling your tank, because there is so much value in that. If I can leave anything else with you, find that, please. I beg you, because I don't want to see you quit, and the people around you don't want you to quit. So here's my rant.
You're fine. That's not a rant. That's good stuff. Like Clinton said, you can't pour from an empty cup. Find what's gonna find. Or so what has filled my tank this week? Second question is, what drained me more than it should have? So find what's filling that tank and find what's draining it out. And then the last question, where am I out of alignment with how I am wired to lead? So the 3 questions I want you to write down: what filled my tank this week? What drained me more than it should have? And where am I out of alignment with how I am wired to lead?
Can you explain a little bit to the audience what wired to lead means?
So we're all designed to lead in a different way, right? So we all have different styles, different personalities, different things that we do to lead, right? And so that's why it's great having a great group, diverse group of people around you, is because I don't lead the same way Clinton leads,
Mm-hmm.
right? We may have similarities in some things that we do, but there may be a different way that I go about it or he goes about it than, say, the way Jimmy Herndon, one of our guys here at the
amazing
shop,
leader,
great leader, probably one of the best communicators out of the bunch.
Probably, you would say, and the reason he's a great communicator, because I've heard people say that he may over communicate, which is
he's perfect.
If you've reached the point where people say you over communicated, you've just reached the point that you've communicated enough.
It's so funny. I love Jimmy. Jimmy's my leader, and so he's my direct report. And when he does his one-on-ones, it's every week, and I love it. It's almost, out of all his direct reports, we all kind of joke about it, but it's so funny. He'll ask you every week. He'll be like, "How you doing this week?" And I'll be like, "Jimmy, I'm good." And he'll be like, "How you really doing?" "I'm good, Jimmy." and he'll just keep asking you over and over and then like by the 5th time he's asking you're like, am I doing good? Like, I don't know that I'm self-questioning if I am doing good. But Jamie's an excellent communicator. But so everyone leads differently, and they have different style, and that comes out of your personality. That comes out of who you are wired to be from who God made you to be. And so with that being said, that goes kind of into one of the things that if you're an introvert and you're leading a team, that you need to be kind of a lot like me. Like, I run a sales team, so we've got to be very, very, talking to people, talking to customers, kind of putting ourselves out there with cold calls. I go out and see customers. I've got to walk into businesses with no first contact, that I've just got to go in and say, hey, I'm Corey with Yoder Metal. That an introverted person is not going to get fired up. You're a little introverted in ways. Would you get fired up about going and like walking into businesses completely cold and doing that?
Absolutely not. Like, you say I'm a little introverted.
A little.
Let me tell you something. I have to turn it on.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I have to turn it on. But where I get my energy is from sitting in a dark corner by myself. I'm like, yeah, now I'm recharging.
You get energy from you? If I remember right, off of your disc, don't you get like you get fired up over like crossing stuff out of your task list,
like I'll this is crazy, but if I don't have it on my list, and I'll start end the day, I'll write down everything I did just so I can cross it off.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I feel so accomplished when I make a line. Like,
I don't. I hate task lists. I hate them.
Well, I mean, I don't like the thing of the tasks that are on the list.
Well,
I like being able to cross them off. That's why I don't always make a list.
Yeah.
But I'll go back and make it so that I can cross it off.
I can't. To me, and it's terrible, and I'm trying to do such a better job at it, because sometimes I get forgetful, because my day sometimes is a little chaotic. At times I get pulled from one thing to the next, and so I've had to adapt and start making notes of like, hey, I need to get this accomplished and stuff. And but golly, I hate it. It's like pulling teeth. It's awful. I'd rather have a meaningful conversation with someone than mark a line through a paper. But that's it. That's the difference, right? And so in your team, you've got people who like crossing task lists off. You got people that like having conversations with people. So the deal is if you are out of alignment from how you're wired to lead, you're going to know those things, because you're the leading expert on yourself, believe it or not. You know what makes you tick. And so those are the 3 questions I want you to kind of answer. But
yeah,
just is what it is. But the final charge I kind of got for you, final thoughts, is this. I wrote this down. You don't burn out from pressure. You burn out from not releasing it. Leadership is not about feeling drained. It's knowing how to replenish before the damage is done.
That's good.
And so really want you guys to think about burnout is just taking that fire out of the pipes. You have to add more fire back in, and at times when it feels like it's getting overpressurized, find those healthy pop-off valves, find the healthy release valves, and let some of that pressure out. But
yes,
when
agreed.
It's time to go, shut that valve off and let's go as leaders, because listen, you guys are so needed in the world.
Amen.
We are in a environment all over the world where we are dying for leaders to step up and take the role. You guys are the pioneers that are going to take this next 10, 20, 30, 40 years of our world and make an impact. So it's time for us to go, but do it in a healthy way.
Yes.
Find those healthy habits. because my fear, and I've seen it so much in my life, of seeing these great, powerful, awesome leaders that get burned out, and then all of a sudden you start seeing moral failures happen. You start seeing unhealthy habits show up. You start seeing all these bad things that, oh, well, that guy was so great, but behind the scenes he was doing this or he was doing that, and the stories starts popping up. And that's been our norm for so many years that people there's almost a distrust.
Yes.
That started now.
Yeah, and in the leadership world, leadership realm, there's been a lot of, you take this phone right here and you search leadership. You're going to get everything that's known to man. It seems like. I mean, leadership, podcast leader, and we're one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sitting here talking about it, but we're also one of them.
Yeah.
You have all these different opinions. You have all these different ways of leading. And it talks about being a servant leader. But what I'm seeing is there's a difference between talking about it and actually doing it. And I see so much of we talk so much about it, and there's times in my life I'm the world's worst of talking about what a true God-giving servant leader is. And yet, do I actually live that out? Do I actually lead people in that manner? Mm-hmm. So I would encourage you that the call to action is not the fact of just servant leadership. The call to action is doing it. Mm-hmm. There's action there. There is, I will be a servant to the people around me. Servant leadership has been watered down extremely over the last 10 years. I mean, so much. It's so watered down. And just because you own a business doesn't mean you're a servant leader. Yeah. You don't have to own a business to be a servant leader. A servant leader is someone that serves from a place within his heart that, honestly, a lot of people doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why they do what they do. Mm-hmm. And so I would encourage you to be that servant leader that you crave to see.
100%.
Be the servant leader you crave to see. That's the start. Mm-hmm. And there is something there's a momentum that happens in your life, and it's like it feeds the people around you, and then you start seeing them change. You start seeing them lead in a different manner than they used to, and start leading from the heart, and it's a ripple effect, and it continues to go downstream when you make that decision. And I think that if every leader, boss out there would decide that I'm going to lead from a place that I want someone to lead me from, we would see a change in this world overnight.
Yeah.
Overnight. And it eliminates greed. It eliminates, we hear so much about greed in the business world, and it's out there. It's everywhere out there. But you cannot be a servant leader and be greedy. Cannot happen. Yeah. It will not happen. And so just a few checks there that we have to make sure that we are zoned in and that we are truly being a servant leader that we desire to be. So, and I got a T-shirt here that's I'm going to show y'all, audience, real quick here. And some of y'all may have already seen it, but it's a T-shirt. All it says is "Got Purpose." There we go. And it's something that we are going to be pushing out an extreme amount over the next season. And we're hoping to see this T-shirt everywhere out there. And it sparks the conversation of, do you got purpose? Yep. Well, what is your purpose?
That's right.
And it makes you think. When you read that, it makes you think, do you got purpose? Yeah. Like, what are you here for? What are you doing it for?
We're all not riding a space rock for just for the ride. We've got a reason to be here.
That's right.
And our hope is that you find that, you unlock that, mm-hmm. and then you start leading from that spot.
Yes.
That 100% at the end of the day, like we've talked about this whole time. Listen, burnout's going to happen. It's going to come. It comes for us. And, it comes from great people all over the world. But the thing is, when you have purpose, sometimes you're going to have these times, but it gives you momentum to shift back and go, hey, what am I here for? I ain't got time for this stuff. Let's get some healthy pressure relief valves and let's get back to it, baby.
Let's go, because we're not sitting here saying, hey, slow down.
No.
This is what we're talking about today is do something so you can make an even bigger impact.
That's right.
Let's go. So, Steph, thank you for the comment. Appreciate that. And man, it's been good today.
Oh, it's been awesome.
Like I feel like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go do something.
I know. Might have to go play golf. And it's too hot for that right now.
Yeah, that'd be more stress.
So hot.
Be more stress.
Yeah.
But hey,
man,
I did something last night.
What'd you do?
So coming out of this retreat, one of the areas that I felt like I needed to work on was I've been a little selfish in the time with my family. Okay, not saying that I haven't spent time with them, but I have been doing what Clinton loves and dragging them with. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so there's a little bit of selfishness involved with that. Well, I want to go I've worked all day. I want to go do what Clinton wants to go do. Yeah. So there's a little bit of selfishness there, and I sense that, and I need to work on that. So that's one of my goals over the next 6 months is to work on enjoying what they enjoy, what my family enjoys. And so what we've done as a family is we made a decision that every single week, there's 4 of us, me, my wife, and 2 sons, we're going to pick something that I like to do or my wife likes to do or one of my sons like to do, right? And whatever that is, nobody else in the family can complain.
Yeah.
And we're going to go do it with them and enjoy it with them. So this week was my wife's turn to pick.
Yeah.
So last night, she went and got everything for it. We sat around the kitchen table, put the stuff down, and I painted pottery.
Did you?
I painted pottery.
Did it look pretty?
Well, the first flower was amazing, and it went downhill from there.
I got you.
But it was honestly, I'd never thought I'd paint pottery.
Yeah.
But that was honestly an area where it was kind of a filling my cup.
Yeah.
It was shocking how doing something that maybe I wouldn't have picked, but seeing my wife enjoy it, seeing my boys enjoy it, made so I enjoyed it. I actually had a good time doing it. So you'll see a beautiful flower planted in the pot that my wife even got me to sign my initials in paint.
I need to put that bad boy up in here somewhere.
It's top notch, man.
Oh, what, Sean?
Put it on one of our shelves.
Yeah.
Behind y'all.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It's a cool thing to do though. Is like next week it's Braxton's turn and he's picking. We're gonna do Legos. We're gonna go to Walmart, each buy a small little pack of Legos. We're gonna sit around the kitchen, or sit around the floor in the living room and put Legos together.
So how are you gonna golf from the kitchen table?
Well, when it comes to my turn, guess what? We're probably gonna go golfing.
Yeah. I was thinking while you were talking about like okay, Jer, my oldest son, it would be all of us going out to a baseball field. Lauren, we'd probably do some crafty stuff. She's really crafty. Mine would probably be going to play golf. And then I was thinking about Wiley, my 3-year-old, and I'm like, I guess we're gonna all sit around and eat goldfish and watch Spider-Man because that's what he wants to do.
But you know what? It's not about what you're doing.
Yeah. No, it's about
enjoying. Yeah, it's about them enjoying what they enjoy. And you know what I'm talking about when you see your son's face light up. Yeah. When you show interest in something that they're interested in.
Oh, 100%.
And they feel that you actually mean it. Yeah. Man, it's beautiful, and that's something that I feel like I've missed as a leader that I need to work on. Yeah. And so we're gonna work on it.
Well, that's the good thing about being a good leader, finding those areas you're deficient in and fixing them.
So.
Good stuff. The chat's been great today. I know you guys have just. She said, "That's true. That's so true, Warren.
Cars
we
2.
would be watching Cars 2. He loves that. He loves Cars so much. You'll ask him. You'll be like, "Hey, what does Lightning say?" And he'll go, "Good chow, good chow." And then you'll ask him, and you'll be like, "And what about Mater?" He'll go, "Mater's a spy." Because in Cars 2, he's a spy. And so, dude, it's hilarious. Being a dad is like the ultimate thing. I mean, it's just awesome with my boys. But yeah, no, chat's been incredible. you guys have been just commenting like crazy all over the different networks and things that we're live on. Sean, all of them. I can't name them all. I know YouTube, Twitter, Kick, TikTok, Facebook. Did I get them all?
We got Kick, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok.
I think I said Twitter instead of
It's okay.
whatever. We'll be live there too. Make it happen, Sean. But
We'll do it.
But I've enjoyed this conversation. I think when next time I hit burnout, I may have to come back and watch this live and listen to some of my advice. But I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a comment. But try this stuff, and then the last thing we want from you guys, join that Facebook group, and just be looking out for more stuff that we're going to be doing. I think we're doing one more live.
One more live before season 5 kicks off.
Season 5.
James Spann, the 8/15, so the 15th of August is when that will be released. Keep an eye out for that. That's going to be a good one.
And we're working on a couple other little cool things that I don't know that we're quite ready to tell you guys about yet. But working on some really cool deals. I know one episode I'm so fired up about, and I wish I could tell you guys right now, but it's going to be I'm excited for James Spann, but this one I'm pretty fired up for. But can't tell you just yet.
Yep. So we got a few details to work out, but just keep being who God designed you to be, listeners. You're amazing. If you walk in that calling, you're right where you need to be. Just want to leave this with you that if you're looking for a deeper meaning in life, look no further than your God-given purpose. And if you just go there, you will be so blessed. You'll have less burnout, and you'll become a version of yourself that you never thought you could be. And man, we love y'all. We really, really do. And we just hope that you're blessed in a way that I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. I have a heart this morning for the people that are overwhelmed.
Yep.
Find something that can relieve that pressure. And we love y'all, and we will see y'all, Lord willing, in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Wednesday, the whatever that date is, the 5th, I think it is.
Yeah, I think
on another
so.
live.
Sean, ain't that right?
It is the
Jack Foster. We are doing wonderful.
I hope you're doing well, Jack.
Yes, we are doing wonderful. So
that's from Twitch.
Yep.
Oh, Twitch.
So,
but
anyway, well, we love y'all. God bless y'all. We're gonna go get back to work.
Yeah.
And we got stuff that got to get done today.
That's right.
And we're going to a job just like y'all have. We don't sit here and do this for a living. So don't think we're going to go golfing from here. We actually got to go get behind a computer screen and get to work.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would love to go golfing.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to, Corey. You got work to do. You need to sell something.
I know.
So we love y'all. God bless y'all. We will see y'all in 2 weeks. Peace out.